Maybe if women don't want the workplace to be sexualized, they shouldn't be allowed to wear makeup.
I didn't
right?
say that.
Well, Google it.
It
was a Vice interview. Google it. Recognize how threatened so many women feel when, for example, the kind of, one of the best-selling and most prominent intellectuals in the world right now says in an interview that maybe the Me Too movement has shown that this whole experiment of men and women working together is just not working. Or, maybe if women don't want the workplace to be sexualized, they shouldn't be allowed to wear makeup.
I didn't say that.
Well, Google it.
It
was a Vice interview. Google it.
Okay, told to Google it. Let's do it.
I'm not saying that women shouldn't do it. And I'm also not saying that it should be banned.
They shouldn't be allowed to wear makeup.
I didn't say that.
Well, Google it.
I'm not saying that women shouldn't do it. And I'm also not saying that it should be banned. But I'm saying that you're absolutely naive if you don't think that that has anything to do with sexuality.
Well, look at this. An edited version and a more complete version. Michelle Goldberg is a journalist, incorrectly quoting someone when corrections have been available for months, and just informing a massive audience to Google it? That seems fair. I'm sure everyone will look it up for themselves and review all of the facts to come to an informed decision. You didn't, but it seems you expect others will or don't expect them to at all. Let's see what else may have been left out of the originally aired interview.
I'm not saying that women shouldn't do it. And I'm also not saying that it should be banned. But I'm saying that you're absolutely naive if you don't think that that has anything to do with sexuality. I'm not saying that you shouldn't wear makeup.
No, I'm not saying that.
That isn't what I said. Like, you're pushing it past what I said by a substantial margin. Sure, I said that we don't understand the rules that govern the interactions between men and women in the workplace, right? We don't understand the rules. And so I was pushing a limit case. That's what I was doing. I wasn't saying women shouldn't wear makeup.
Maybe the interviewer didn't understand this part. Jordan Peterson running hypothetical cases where one can ask questions to better understand answers. Jordan speaks quickly, so maybe the interviewer just didn't realize that Jordan is not stating beliefs, but only asking questions for a specific test case.
This is a test case, right? Like, we are not here to say, like, Jordan Peterson believes that this is true. We are talking about a specific test case.
Well, maybe Jordan and the interviewer were talking about highly sensitive topics, although I personally want clinical psychologists to think deeply about issues they are interested in. Maybe the interviewer thought that they were discussing physical contact, and even the thought of discussing sexuality in the workplace means it's taboo if physical contact is involved.
When women put on makeup in the workplace, when they make their lips red, when they sort of put on rouge, right? That when they enter that workplace, if a man notices that there is sort of a complicitness with which the woman has said, I am going to sexualize myself in the workplace, and therefore whatever comes will come.
No, I didn't say the last part of that.
So
I didn't
what,
say
what
so
is
whatever comes will come.
What if I said it is okay to flirt with your coworker from time to time, but don't grab them in the privates?
Well, that seems, I think we could agree that might be a reasonable start, right? Well, I'm not in favor of people being involuntarily grabbed. I'm not in favor of sexual harassment or sexual assault, and not in the least.
Well, maybe the interviewer felt that all behavior and sexual signaling in workplaces was acceptable as long as it didn't include unwanted physical contact.
If you had a workplace with negligés, I think that there would be some sort of standard idea that maybe that would be a sexualized.
Okay, so there's some line between lipstick and negligés that we don't want to cross. Okay, fair enough.
I'm about to give up here. The interviewer and Jordan Peterson have a 17-minute discussion going back and forth on issues that are hypothetical cases that are very specific tests for trying to help understand what clothing, dress, and/or behavior should be considered appropriate in a free society while also trying to limit harassment. How can you have this conversation without exploring limits? Jordan Peterson simply claims that we don't know what the best rules are yet to achieve workplaces with men and women that are free from harassment, and that some harassment may be the cost of living in a society that is more free.
Do you think men and women can work in the workplace together?
I don't know.
Without sexual harassment?
We'll see.
We'll see. How many years will it take for men and women working in the workplace together?
More than 40.
To get a sense. More than 40?
Mm-hmm. We're new at this.
We're new at this.
Absolutely. We're completely new at it. It's only been a couple of generations. That's part of the problem, right? Is that We don't know what the rules are.
The last clip is the line from the original edited interview that I had an exchange on Twitter about. As they are exploring where limits are for acceptable dress, language, and behavior at work, Peterson is asked if women who wear makeup are somewhat hypocritical if they complain about sexual harassment. Peterson says yes, he believes they are somewhat hypocritical, as makeup's purpose is for sexual display. Remember, this is a hypothetical hard limit case where any unwanted physical contact is clearly over the line. The question is about comments and nothing that involves physical contact, and only in a specific case exploring limits.
Do you feel like a serious woman who does not want sexual harassment in the workplace, do you feel like if she wears makeup in the workplace that she is somewhat being critical?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do think that.
Yes or no question, do you feel like women wearing makeup in the workplace contributes to sexual harassment in the workplace?
Sure, it contributes. The degree to which we're all complicit in what's going on is unspecified. I said already, we don't know how to have an adult conversation about sex. It's not surprising. It's not the least bit surprising.
What is surprising is when, in a debate of ideas, journalists resort to personal attacks and calls to Google edited interviews that have been put in context for months. Jordan Peterson was right beside her. She could have asked for clarity, or asked his opinion, or asked for a response. Instead, the accusation was made and the damage was done. Another positive blow for the left. Low, as usual.
Please do Google it. It's an interview with Vice.
This is a test case, right? Like, we are not here to say, like, Jordan Peterson believes that this is true. We are talking about a specific test case.
And so I was pushing a limit case. That's what I was doing. I wasn't saying women shouldn't wear makeup.
They shouldn't be allowed to wear makeup,
I didn't
right?
say that.
Well, Google it.
I wasn't saying women shouldn't wear makeup. I'm not saying that women shouldn't do it. And I'm also not saying that it should be banned. I said already, we don't know how to have an adult conversation about sex. It's not surprising. It's not the least bit surprising.
Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a comment and hit that like button. If you didn't like it, please explain why. Open discussion is the only way to have a better understanding of differing views. Sharing this video on social media can help keep conversations alive. Now, here are a few other videos that you may be interested in.